What's going on, folks? TJ Lauerman, a.k.a. That Sports Gamer here, coming back at you with a new episode of Bullpen Banter. Thanks, Razor Fang, for the follow. That was extremely loud and scared the poop out of me. Speaking of poop, we got Snaggle J with me. Chris, how's it going?
Good. It's going very good.
Why the delay? You didn't...
I was muted because I was typing. I apologize.
Don't be that guy.
I apologize. I was muted as I was typing. I didn't want to ruin your fantastic intro with the sound of clickety clacking.
It's all right. I'm getting a bunch of notifications popping up now, so...
Hey, that happens. But anyway, it's going good. It's been a long time since I feel like we've done one of these.
Yeah, we've had some vacations, some all-star games, home run derbies that were happening at the same time. But yeah, now we're here. Speaking,
we are here.
Well, I was going to introduce Millennium, it's been so long. I was going to introduce Mills Gaming TV, but he has currently stepped out to go to Wendy's for a bacon queso chicken sandwich, which sounds amazing.
It does.
But in his stead, until he gets back, we have none other than Cooperstown Kurt from This Week in MLB The Show, one of my favorite podcasts.
Thank you, gentlemen. I like the fake Razor Ramon
Yeah.
instead, since Mills isn't here yet. I'm like fake Diesel.
I'm trying to think. They've done this, 3 times? Because they even had a fake Undertaker, right?
That's right. I'm one of those guys at this point.
I mean, well, it turned out good for fake Diesel. He ended up being Kane. I believe he's running for mayor of someplace now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild stuff right there.
Mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee. Glenn Jacobs, Knox County mayor.
If I lived there, he'd have my vote.
Now, wait a minute. He obviously runs as Glenn Jacobs, right?
Yes.
He doesn't run as Kane, though I think he should, really.
I feel like he should be required.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sure. I don't think it should actually be an election. I'm pretty sure it should be a casket match. Or buried alive. I think that was more his style.
Yeah, I agree.
Kurt, how's it going? Welcome to the show.
It's good. Thank you, gentlemen, for having me on here. I feel privileged to be a part of Bullpen Banter.
Well, we're extremely happy to have you. Because you're somebody that can get out of what is this terrible rank that I'm in right now? I think I'm still in wild card. So you're a professional World Series leveled player.
Is that where you're at?
I'm in
wild card.
Am I even in wild? No, I'm in pennant race right now. I played like 3 games.
What about Snaggle? Where do you rock in the seasons?
I'm at 0 because I have. Yeah. I listen now. To be fair, I have not played a seasons game since the first. Like the Francisco Liriano, and I don't even remember who the World Series reward was in the first one. I have not played a seasons game since that season.
Wow. Okay.
You guys have to remember. Now, see, again, Koopy new to the show. 10 weeks ago, I swore off of Diamond Dynasty altogether. Like I've been out. I've been playing franchise. I've been enjoying the game. Now, as TJ knows, there is a card out there that he has on the screen at the moment that is near and dear to my little Canadian heart that has now pulled me back into this game. So I came back just for the Kanye.
I was going to say, the Kanye?
Yeah,
the Kanye.
I'm back. I mean, the Sean Green too is...
The Hebrew Hammer? It's a nice card for you.
Is a nice, with the old school. Is that the old school Jays unis that he has on too? Like the Buff Jays era,
so.
like early 2000s.
It does look like it. Well, you can get him. You can get Raul Mondesi Jr. You can be living a life right there if you get the Southfield going.
Now, Snaggle J, is this all about the Canadian love? Is that what's happening here?
Oh yeah. I mean, again, I've been trying to find a way to get back in, but I feel. Oh my God! Who's causing all these echoes?
You just broke yourself, I think.
I think Millennium broke everything.
Guys.
Hey, he's here.
Wendy's is real. Oh, hold on.
Oh my jeez, he's in the try.
He's calling in to order the chicken queso thing.
He just muted himself. Anyway, I literally came back solely for the 99 gun.
I see. So you're really holding on to hope that eventually there'll be a super 99 Ryan Dempster, something like that as well.
Oh my jumpins! Now you're pulling on my heartstrings, Coop. You really are, buddy.
Hey, you don't need to pray for an amazing Freddie Freeman card though.
No,
you can go get
that.
No,
I don't.
Now.
That's right. I can go pick that up at my local pack store.
Freddie Freeman's so good. I think I'm hitting like 378 with him. Is there any relation between Eric and Simone? No? Simone Gagne, by far my favorite hockey player.
I don't know. I was kind of hoping Eric Gagne's comeback earlier this year was going to be for real. It's kind of sad it didn't work out.
I was prepared to buy tickets to go to a Long Island Ducks game to watch his comeback, and it did not happen. I've told you the Long Island Ducks story before, right?
You have, yeah.
Where I missed Dontrell Willis' start by a day, and Vladimir Guerrero never showed up to play on the team.
That was terrible.
I did get to see Kobe Clemens catch, though, so that was a thing.
Solid consolation, I guess.
So since Millennium's at Wendy's, Coop, tell me all about how come In-N-Out is the best.
Oh, excellent. Okay,
You're in California, right? So
I thought you were going to make me apologize right off the bat. Okay.
No. That's technicality.
I'll be honest. The thing about In-N-Out is being from the Chicagoland area.
Ooh,
we eat fast food all the time.
You're
it's
like
greasy.
You're a Portillo's guy. Is what you're saying?
Oh, Portillo's is the greatest hot dogs place on the planet.
I've heard, never been there.
And also, Wendy's is a staple. We eat a lot of Wendy's. So when you get out here for the first time in California, I got to tell you, I didn't feel the In-N-Out love. In fact, I thought it was unbelievably boring. There was no taste to it because all the ingredients are incredibly clean. So at first, I was like, this is boring. I don't really get it. But after a few years, you start to really appreciate the quality, my friend, of the ingredients. It's the WS of fast food burger establishments is what it is.
Now, I am fat, and thus a food eating connoisseur.
Yes.
So my first travels out to the West Coast, I knew of the animal style, and I knew to ask for animal style. I see a lot of these people, they go out there to the West Coast for the first time, they're like, got In-N-Out burger, wasn't that great. I think they don't know about animal style.
That's probably true. I mean, basically what TJ's referencing is there is an intense, depth-filled secret menu to In-N-Out. If you go there, you really can only order a couple items, but there's so many different versions that people don't know exist. You kind of have to have a friend of a friend tell you about them.
You can get the Flying Dutchman with his 2 patties and cheese.
Yeah, exactly. Right there.
Though I did learn, they did stop. You can order like a 4x4, which is 4 patties and 4 cheeses. And you used to be able to order like an infinite number. But then because of the rise of social media and people just ordering 100 by hundreds just to put a picture up, they've cut those back. And they don't do that. They don't do crazy ones anymore.
That's true. I think
and their fries aren't really that good. Oh, sorry. Hold on. How much was it?
He's not wrong. The fries, I'm not a fan of their fries. They're small. You know, I have large, like, lobster hands. I feel like I could grab 100 of them just to get a taste. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, it's no good.
Eggs is a fan of Donnie Wahlburgers, so I can see that being a thing. So we should probably talk about MLB The Show, being that's why we're here.
No.
Not
I'm hungry now. I'm going to take a 10-minute break.
Not Burger Time Banter. This is Bullpen Banter, where we talk about MLB The Show.
Just one final thought. I did add a 20-piece nugget to this, so I'm not sure how long I'm going to be on the show tonight. I might need to take a break, about a half hour.
What Wendy's has a 20-piece nugget?
He just ordered 4 or 5 packs. It's all
no,
really
mine's gone away with the 5-pack is gone. You have to buy a 4 or a 6.
Oh,
I wonder if the meal maybe has a 10.
No, you can get 20-piece. They actually have 20-piece on the menu that I took a picture of and sent on Twitter. They have a 20-piece nugget. I was all in.
This must be a wherever you're from kind of thing.
This is a where you from and not a where I'm from.
Yeah. Well, when I go down there.
I love the idea of Burger Time Banter, as long as it includes the classic Intellivision ColecoVision game as well. Because I'm old, as you know.
Wonder, was that... So I know like Tapper actually had like a beer sponsorship. I wonder if there was a Burger Time sponsorship at some point.
Oh, man. Yeah. I hope so.
Trying to think. Best burger, I feel like, is Wendy's. No offense to any other burger joints.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think the best burger that you can get anywhere is Wendy's. In-N-Out gives it a good run. And there are a couple of different ones. Do you consider like Five Guys or like Shake Shack? Do you consider those fast food? But Wendy's is probably the best burger you can get anywhere.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't had enough Shake Shack to be on this decision. But the Five Guys, I felt like a little greasy, and I felt like the burgers were. I think they were too small, if I remember correctly. I like a Wendy's. A nice double from Wendy's is pretty good.
I feel like they should be sponsoring the show right now, my man.
I've been trying to get Dunkin'
I
Donuts
disagree.
on to be the sponsor, but with all the coffee I drank, but sadly, they have not responded to my tweets.
It's gone nowhere.
So if anybody knows anybody from Dunkin' Donuts, get at me. Kurt, next time you have a craft services, talk to somebody over there.
We try to do the craft services here.
No, wait.
Just pop.
Now you're like a professional movie type guy. Let me ask you a question.
Am I? It's debatable. Okay, I'm ready.
Is it Kraft with a K or Kraft with a C? Is it like the brand Kraft? Or is it like
it's
Kraft like you make crafts?
Do you know what's crazy though, for real? So if you get on a movie, like a studio movie, the craft services, like I was in a movie called The Terminal. The food there every day,
flick.
TJ, every day, I swear to God, was crab legs, lobster tails, filet mignon. You would love this. It's nonstop soft serve ice cream every day.
They just like roll it in?
Oh, man.
Yeah, so what happens is little guys like me that don't book a lot of stuff, when we get on set, man, I am just grubbing for an hour straight, everything, just stuffing it in my mouth. It's like the best stuff you could possibly hope for. I mean, it's the top of the line. They will do anything for you. It's amazing.
Pretty solid. I mean, all things considered.
I could go for some soft serve, I'm not going to lie. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Recently, as I said, we've been gone. Do you want to make your apology now? I mean, we can delay that if you want.
Well, no.
Do you just want to come out right now and say, I'm sorry?
Do we just want to move past that, get that out of the way, or?
No. I'm a very honorable man. Listen, I just want to say that the folks over there at Bullpen Banter, you didn't just beat us. You beat the hell out of us, and there's no question about that. I was disappointed in myself. My teammates played with a lot of heart, TJ, but unfortunately, I believe it's my leadership skills that didn't get us there. It was a nice little fun carnival game, playing home run derby. It didn't work out for us, but we're thinking we're gonna have to step it up a little to redeem ourselves, perhaps.
Yes, a in and out eating contest. As soon as we can do this.
Well, it depends. As long as I can have Millennial Nate there, as you know, the Komodo dragon, we might have it. No, you guys beat us hard, man. When I looked up, I'll be honest, when we were playing the first game, and I looked up and I saw the three of you were in first, second, and third, I thought, okay, we might be in some trouble here. And I couldn't turn it around, and the lights got to me a little bit.
Yeah, so for those of you that didn't know, last week after the real home run derby took place, the realist home run derby took place, between Bullpen Banter and This Week in MLB The Show. My archive is up on youtube.com/thatsportsgamer. If you guys want to watch with our commentary. It was me, Snaggle J, Millennium, and Teddy. I'm sorry, I will never know how to pronounce your last name. Taking on
T-Schwers.
Schlur? No, there's like an L in there somewhere.
It's Teddy Twins guy.
Teddy Twins guy. Sometimes of Twins Daily, at Twins Daily. Go check that out. Against This Weekend MLB The Show's team of Coop, The Weasel, ScoMo, and Paul Spohr. The God, as I like to call him.
Otherwise known as the traitor, Paul Spohr.
Sure.
The slightly homelier Kristen Yelich.
Yes. Christian Yelich with glasses, essentially.
Yep.
Yes, we did a home run derby. Both of us had 4 people in. Best 2 out of 3 won. Me and Millennium were in the finals of the first 2 rounds, so we won by default. I beat Millennium both of them. Not a big deal. Yeah, a lot of fun. I've now played 4 home run derbies this year, and I've won all 4. I'm pretty excited. I might get in there and play some more. We should.
Now, I have to say, if it's okay, my partner, my co-host, The Weasel, he took this loss pretty hard, TJ.
Did he?
He did. We did not put up the scores we usually put up. I'm just going to say that. We didn't perform. It's bottom line.
Hey, man. Big lights. Those big lights come on when you start
like
screaming.
He came to me, and because I went to him and I said, listen, I'm going to get us back up. I'll challenge TJ to a one-on-one game. And he said, no. I want to prove my worth. He wants Snaggle J in an actual game. Is what he wants. So
straight calling.
We're here to send out the challenge. He wants a one-on-one matchup with Snaggle J.
Snaggle J, do you accept? Obviously, that would be the question now.
Really, there's only one way for me to answer that, and that is, if the Weasel wants some, he best come get some.
Oh man, there's going to be a lot of bunting, a lot of suicide squeezing happening.
So much.
Oh,
cheese.
I only bunt.
TJ, would it be fair if you and I did the commentary for said game?
I think we should definitely do that.
Okay, great. Well, then it's on. We get our little redemption effort here.
We'll come up with some. I mean, I don't know, like if we want to do like BR roster rules, or if we just want to pick like actual MLB teams, or I mean, I'm open to pretty much whatever.
I mean, I can slide you a Craig Kimbrell, and you could play.
I mean,
I know he's a big fan.
I mean, I'm not going to need a bullpen, so it's going to be fine. But hey, like, details to be ironed out, but it's going to happen.
Okay.
All right, so
I appreciate the second effort, guys.
I'm very happy because I have Snaggle, and he is money.
Wait, when did we? Wait, hold on. It took us 52 episodes to get a soundboard.
I've had this little sound bites thing for so long. But it's so
52
trash.
episodes, and we've never had a soundboard. And then you busted out for that. You are the man.
I mean, I know that.
You can't debate that.
I know, it's not even a question.
No, I agree.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited for that. I would like this guy to get home with his chicken sandwich so we can actually have a discussion about people calling video games professional.
Give me 1 second. I'm just waiting for them. They pulled me over to the side. I'm in front of the Wendy's right now.
You know why?
Longingly. I'm looking in longingly. I can see into the kitchen. I can see them making food, and there's like 3 of us waiting here.
Yeah.
This was not expected.
Because they're all standing around like, somebody ordered a 20-piece.
Hey,
We've only ever sold a 4 or a 6. Nobody's ordered the 20-piece before.
Yeah. Hey, Mills, order total over or under $20.
Ooh, he's going to be a shade under, I believe.
It's over.
I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of a $20+ charge
How much is
on
it?
my credit card.
How much is a 20-piece? Oh, here's
Yes.
Well, he got the chocolate frosty, so you know it's over.
Well, no, the frosty comes free when you get the yearly tag for $1. You get the little small mini frosty, but then you get the big frosty to dip the fries in. Because the fries, so I got a bacon queso fry, but then I also got a small fry to dip into the frosty.
Yeah, of course. These are just
How
fat guy things.
On a 20 count of chicken nuggets, how many sauces do they give you for free before they start charging you a quarter for each extra sauce?
Bruh, I'm a fat kid pro. I have sauces at my house.
Oh yeah.
I have Chick-fil-A sauce waiting for me at the house.
Oh my god! I went to the mall today. Another mall here has Chick-fil-A. I'm so excited. Now there are 3 within driving distance. You know what that doesn't do? Help me on a Sunday, but still, 6 days a week, I'm ready to go. Oh yeah, but Millennium, you got to step up your game. Are you ready? Look, don't get me wrong. Huge fan of dipping the fries into the frosty. Next level, get that bacon and cheese potato, dip the fry in there too. Because if you don't have enough potatoes, you can never have enough potatoes.
I don't know that I've gone that far yet. It's been close, but hold on. The lady's coming to my nuggets. I think she's got them. No, don't turn. Come to me.
Did you
Hold
get
on.
Say her name and thank her.
Thank you so much. Have a nice one.
Say her name. She's got a name tag on. You could have said her name.
Geez. That's nighttime, though, so he probably can't.
She didn't have a
see.
name tag on. She did not have a name tag on. All right, boys. I'm driving. I'll be there in 5.
Okay. Speaking of calling waiters by their names, while I was in Florida, I went to the beautiful Wolfgang Puck Cafe. Had a great waiter, Chaz, amazing. We needed a bowl, but he walked away, and I was like, "Excuse me, Chaz," which I would never ever call anybody by their name, but because I remembered his name, I did it. And you know what? I said it quite low because I was kind of saying it as a joke, but no, he turned around and brought us a bag. I was very excited. A plate, whatever I asked for. So guys, as you can see above me, there's new rewards for a new season. I've already forgot the name of the season. Monster? Tiger? Stripes. That's what it is, right?
Stripes.
This guy. Nugget in his mouth, answering questions.
Oh, you're talking about.
The dynamite drop-ins. This guy, he goes to one like semi-pro broadcasting thing, and all of a sudden he's like dynamite drop-ins.
I love it. So now wild card gets you Sean the Hebrew Hammer green card. It's an 88 breakout. And then we got Division Series gets you a 92 Rod Carew. Now look, this Rod Carew has 0 power. But I think he's probably like 114 if you move him to second base. He has second base as a secondary position. Probably should move him over there. Championship Series gets you both of those cards plus Eric Gagne. which is all the reason Snaggle J is back into ranked seasons. He's right now trying to lower his mod rating.
No, I gave that up.
Good work. I'm telling you, Bethencourt is the play. I threw 2 shutout with him last night.
Yeah, I know. I got him in there, but hitters, anyway. Talking about that after.
Then in the World Series, you get a 99 Ralph Kiner. So I'm sure he will be joining Coop's team in the near future.
So, right off the bat, not to be a homer, but that Sean Green card for, only being like, and again, a lot of people who have played in the previous season are going to start at or very near to wild card. That Sean Green card is a nice addition to your team. I mean, he absolutely murders right-handed pitching with an 83 contact versus righties, 94 power versus righties. His fielding plays pretty well in the corner outfield. He qualifies at all 3. That's a pretty nice card. 76 speeds. I mean, it's a nice all-around righty masher card for it being the lowest reward that you can get in terms of card anyway. I like it. Go Sean Green.
Yeah, big Sean Green fan.
Now, have you tried to get the diamond Sean Green in your daily rewards, Snaggle J?
I do have the Sean Green. Actually, I do have that reward or that mission, and I'm slowly working my way towards it. It's not a real easy one to get.
Do I even know?
You need I think 50 runs with right fielders.
Yeah, and I think it has to. And I think it has. Yeah, it has to be in BR, I believe.
Yes.
That stuff.
Yeah. So you need 5 runs or more in a BR game to get to the next step, and then I think it's 50 runs with right fielders in BR games. And I'm not a big BR player, hence why I've never completed the mission.
Yeah, I have 11 hits for this Will Clark one. I need 60. That's never happening.
Solid.
Well, I'll tell you what, if the gold card, this breakout card plays anything like the diamond card, even a little, honestly, I've told Weasel this recently. I said, it's Sean Green, because I do have him. He just mashes, man. It's crazy, the power that comes off his bat. It's a really good card. I like it quite a bit.
All right. Do we really want to talk? Let me show you the Rod Carew. 99 contact versus righties, 99 contact versus lefties, 73 power versus righties is very nice. 52 power versus lefties is kind of whack, but still, 96 plate vision is huge. 67 fielding. How do we feel about guys with fielding in the 60s? I feel like this is something that needs to be talked about. Now that we have this card, we have who's my third baseman?
Buddy Bell?
No, the other one.
Or Beltray.
Nope, neither of those. Reds guy. They just put out a 97, and I pulled it.
Tony Perez.
Yeah. He's another guy, 60s defense. Is that okay? Is that still okay, or is that not?
I mean, at second base.
Well, isn't the Carew a first baseman card?
Yeah, but he qualifies at second base as well.
Okay.
So you're going to take the small hit if you go to second base.
I feel like if I got this Carew card, there's a greater chance I'm going to play him at second base than at first base. Like again, just looking at the depth of first base, and there's so many good first basemen, and there's more to come. I mean, again, 67 fielding. Is it the most desirable? Probably not. But it's probably enough for me to, again, if he's hitting 99 contact against both sides and has 73 power versus righties with 96 vision and 77 speed, if he boots a ball, I'm probably not going to be that upset.
Right.
Unless that costs you the game.
It seems to me that this card would actually help out a lot of guys. And for guys that have super teams, this is a great card off the bench. I mean, that 99, in a clutch spot where you need a base hit, it's hard to pass up that card on your bench, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And 77 speed plays off the bench.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I don't know if he's a starter for like a super team, but I could see him making the squad.
Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking is I know a lot of people have done, like, if you take that the 82 Jackie Robinson, who's he's got 76 contact versus righties, 91 contact versus lefties, and you move him to second base, I think they said his stats average out to be like a 94 or something, because second base is so doesn't require as much power to get your overall up. So I assume this card is a monster to put it at second base, overall wise.
Yeah, but part of the problem you're running into there is if you're going to have a guy with high contact at second base,
you would use the Jackie Robinson because of the speed. 77 speed plays. Don't get me wrong, it absolutely does. But he's got a 96 vision and 99 contact versus both. I would want somebody, if I'm going high contact, I would want somebody that's got a little more pressure in terms of speed wise. You're going to get some power out of him with versus righties. I don't know. I would rather see like I said, like the Jackie or another second baseman that you could put at the top of your lineup, or somebody with more power than that against both sides.
So you wouldn't play him at first?
Honestly, most people play their cap at second base at this point.
True.
So, I mean, unless you're going to be able to beat the cap out, like I said, the crew's going to play. The crew will play for some people, but with the question of it being the end game second baseman, I just don't see it.
Agreed. Moving on.
Yeah.
Eric Gagne. Four-seam, Vulcan change, best pitch in the game. Curveball, splitter, slider. Oh, so that's perfect because he has something that goes every which way. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
This card's pretty beastly.
Oh yeah, no, this Gagne is something else.
Bulked up by the 94 home runs over 9, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 99 hits per 9, 99 Ks per 9, 99 clutch, 74 walks per 9, 77 walks per 9. And kind of a beast because he's got 95, 85, 85, 85.
Yeah.
71.
So a lot of people, like, I saw a lot of tweets dismissing this card almost immediately because it's like, oh, it's a 99 and you don't have to get to the top level to get him. Like, how good can he be? But that, like, you look at that pitch mix, you look at the effectiveness and the ratings on all of those pitches. You look at the 99 Ks per 9, the 99 hit per 9. This is, there are some really, really nice bullpen cards out there, but there is no way you're going to get a card this good for like the effort that you're going to put in. You can go monetarily and go and get a Kimbrel, but if you can get to the level to get Gagne, this is, in my opinion, is a phenomenal card.
And especially cards like the Kimbrel, the Andrew Miller, all those guys, they usually have 3 pitches and 2 of them are fastballs.
Yeah.
So this guy's got something that's going to go straight with the four seam, something that's going to cut a little bit to the right with the change, the Vulcan change. The curveball's going to break left, the slider's going to break way to the left, and the split's going to go down. So he's going to be really hard to hit. He's like a better Sungwon Oh.
I agree with you guys. It's a really good card. I think the only potential negative is with so many people getting to the WS and the CS, this card's going to be out there. So you're going to see this guy a lot of times. And I don't know if you felt this way, but like the Roberto Ozuna. Yeah, the Roberto Ozuna was used in that previous event quite a bit. And by the end of it, I was like, bring him in because I've seen him so many times.
Yeah.
So that's the only negative, but he is absolutely going to help out a lot of lower tier teams get higher up. It's a great card.
Yeah, we refer to it here as the sale effect, I believe.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was talking about.
It was Nishek 2 years ago, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. When he would come in, I would lick my chops, be like, why would you bring this guy in?
Like people are now doing with the All-Star Tyler Clippard. Everybody's using All-Star Tyler Clippard.
Yeah.
At this point, it's just like, man, this is it's too easy. Please bring Tyler Clippard into the game.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's the only negative, but it is a great ward. And I did, if you don't mind me saying, Snackle, you were talking about people kind of dismissing this card and whatnot because it's easy to get. You know what? At this point in the season, as I said to Weasel, I think it's great that they're giving out diamond cards to players in the top 3 divisions. If you don't have a variety of diamonds on your team at this point, you're doing something wrong because they've made it so easy. It doesn't make you a good player just because you have diamonds.
No. And I think the thing is listen, at the end of the day, this is a business. So it's probably not coincidental that the first season after you have a all-star price drop and advertising campaign about a new lower price for the game, that the first season after that has definitely absolutely increased rewards versus the season previous. These things work hand in hand, right? And again, for someone like me who I think I have 97 Kinslers, probably my highest rated card because I haven't played the game in forever. I'm like, hey, the 99 Gagne is great. He would instantly become by far the best reliever on my team. If you're a new player, if you just pick this game up for for 30 or 40 bucks or wherever you got it on sale. And you look at this and you're like, wow, I can get into this season and I only have to get like halfway up the ladder and I'm getting this Sean Green and then I'm getting this Carew and like it makes them want to play the game more.
Yeah. I mean, bottom line is like you said, and like I said, just because you have the diamonds doesn't mean you know how to use them. I mean, look at the Orioles in real life. They don't even know enough to put Zach Britton in the game, with the season on the line, Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Just because you have the players doesn't mean you know how to use them.
Well, the good news is there's going to be at least 250 Eric Gagnes out there.
Exactly.
So that price is going to come down a little bit. And then, even better, maybe they'll give out 3-4 times the rewards, and you can get them for even cheaper. I found out I still got Gwyn. I can still sell my Gwyn and make 20,000 stubs. That's how bad they messed up that time.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because even though this season runs for how long? It must run for several weeks, I would assume.
Yeah, I think it's got the date on it. Let me check.
So
quick.
the 97 Gagne has already started to take a price hit. In just the last week alone, his price has gone down roughly 30K.
Of course.
I mean, we're not, and again, the 97 Gagne, while it's, obviously the 99 gets a nice bump, the 97 is missing the splitter, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Actually, has better walks per 9.
Yeah. And I mean, again, it's still hovering in the, if you want to put a buy order in, you're still looking at about 60K. But a week ago, you were looking at like 90K.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this has a nice trickle down effect for people who, maybe have a little stubs cash, maybe are satisfied with the 97 Gagne. So again, as we get further into the season, these things, when they release cards like this, they have a domino effect for different levels of teams.
The only other, when we're talking about this Gagne card, just to jump back to it real quick, the only other problem I have with it is it doesn't have any movement on a fastball. Like, the Vulcan change and the splitter are going to move exactly the same at the same speed. And you got a slider curveball to go against it. But, like, the meta, God, I hate using meta, but I've used it a lot lately. The meta of this game has been movement on the fastball, like sinker, cutter, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
This doesn't have that. The redeeming quality is that it has a 95 mile an hour fastball, which will probably touch 97, and then a 71 mile an hour curveball. So that can be how you use this.
The only thing that worries me about that curveball is that it's going to get Darvish-esque. It's going to be so slow that you're going to be able to sit fastball and then have enough time to completely adjust for the curveball.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because this card, looking at this card, kind of reminds me of a higher velocity of the flashback Joakim Soria card, where he had a decent fastball with no movement. He had a cutter, he had a slider, and the cutter and the slider were similar velocity. He had a changeup, and then he had that big 68, 69 mile an hour curveball that if you left it up and they knew it was coming, it was a home run every time. Again, will people be able to pitch with this card? Are they just going to try to, drop that deuce in on you, and are you going to be able to crush it? It's hard to say. But yeah, the pitch mix, while it's nice, Millennium's right. I mean, there is definitely some flaws in this card, and I'm okay with there being flaws in a 99, especially considering it's only July.
See, I actually like that the 3 pitches have like the same speed, because if you put it on the corner, if they aren't amazing at recognizing, they're not going to know which one it is.
No.
So if you're aiming like righty low and away, and you have the choice of throwing the slider, the splitter, or the change, I think you're going to get good results.
I think that slider is going to show differently from Gagne. I don't think you're going to get the same idea that you're thinking of. I think with a cutter, you would. I think with like I said, it's a cutter or a sinker or a two-seamer, you would. I don't think you're going to get that with the slider. Maybe the splitter, you get that. But again, the splitter and the Vulcan change are, for better or worse, the same pitch.
I think that Vulcan changeup is going to drop right off the table, though, with 97 break.
Yeah, but the splitter by nature has larger break than the Vulcan change does. So I think that's actually a problem. The 97 Vulcan change matches the splitter because the splitter's a little lower break on it.
Yeah,
He's definitely something we're gonna have to see in action.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely see it. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's way more cooler to throw a Vulcan change.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
It's not even a
That's what
question.
you want to
Agreed.
throw.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get
Just
that. You should get the break back to the right with him too. With that, get that gyro ball action going on. In theory,
Yeah, I don't disagree.
be like a slow.
I haven't seen him much in the games I've played, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah, I
the other
haven't seen
version,
him.
obviously. I've seen him like one time, and that's it.
We gotta find him. Who's got him? Show
The
us.
Vulcan change. Was
No,
it Gant?
Who's got the
No,
97?
one of the
Who's got
common
the what?
pitchers in this last. One of the common AL pitchers had it because
Ian Kennedy has it.
Ian Kennedy
Kennedy's
has
got
it.
one, yep.
His flashback has a nice one. There's someone else I can't think of. I know. Ian Kennedy,
What's
but
his name? Reliever Jared.
Jared
what's his name?
Hughes.
Yeah, no, Jared. Maybe it's Jared Hughes.
Probably. I believe in my Jared Hughes. Okay. Let's think about the one card that Coop will get and that we won't. Ralph Kiner seems like an all right card. 92 contact versus righties, 98 power versus righties, 95 contact versus lefties, 99 power versus lefties, 88 vision, 95 discipline, so you can check swing all the time. And he's not going to get hurt. 86 durability, hopefully.
Defense.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Well, the other thing is it's not
Oh,
just
49
his
speed. Ugh.
defense and his speed. Let's be honest. Part of what's fun is playing with guys you like. And as I've said before, no offense to the Kiner estate, but I don't think there's a lot of guys out there who's like, oh, man, it's Ralph Kiner, man. I can't believe it. I'm finally going to get to play with him. It's just, it's not. I don't know. I'd rather play with, Trout or someone like that. It's more exciting. And Kiner is nice, but I'm going to sell him right away, to be honest.
That's why he's going to be super cheap.
I mean, and the thing is, like, again, if not that I would ever get there, but yeah, that the 68 fielding and the 62 arms accuracy and the 62 arm strength. It doesn't matter what outfield position you put him in; he's going to be a liability.
Right.
I mean,
especially
again,
with 49
again,
speed and 64 reaction. So
again,
he's not
in
running anything down.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, some people try to hide the arm strength in center field, a la Charlie Blackmon, for example. People try to hide the arm strength in center. They feel it, but again, you can't have 49 speed in center field, and you're not going to get all the way to World Series and have what's probably going to end up being a six-figure card, low six-figure card on your. You're not gonna keep him on your bench. You're not gonna have a $100,000 card on your bench. Like, that's just not going to happen. So, yeah, I think this Ralph Kiner, for the majority of people, is going to be a sell. Oh,
Yeah,
my. What is that sound?
It's not me.
Sorry, I thought I had my mic muted.
Listen.
Apologize.
Kid's on fire right now.
I mean, I can tell you, all the guys that are at that level, they're not going to play this guy. They're playing with Trout. They're playing with
Yeah.
Griffey. They're playing with Beltran. It's just a liability for them. I mean, a lot of guys don't even play with Ted Williams, and he's incredibly popular, but he still has the same deficiencies at times. He's a little bit slow. He doesn't have the greatest defense. He can cost you games. So, look, it's a nice card if you can get to the World Series and you've never been there before. Maybe it's a card on your bench, but I think even the Gagne is more appealing to World Series players than this Kiner, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
And if you're a Pirates fan, just get Starling Marte.
Yeah, and Baffle in chat said he thinks that the Kiner should be the team epic. The only issue I have with that is I don't ever want to see a 99 as the team epic.
No.
I don't want to see a 99 available that's not a live series available, when the game releases.
Can I ask you guys a question? Your opinions? I want to know, again,
No.
Weasel and I've talked about this before, and and I definitely am not being critical. That's not what I want this to sound like. But I'm curious if you think the division rewards that they've offered up if you close a division, if those aren't as enticing as perhaps they should be. You got Willie Stargell, Corey Kluber, some of those guys. Do you think perhaps they should have kept some other cards for the division rewards? Because I'm not feeling the need to close out the entire major leagues because there's better cards on the market that weren't part of Team Epics. Does that make sense?
It does. Now let's go this way with it. If you completed the Team Epics in the first 2 months,
Right.
then they would look a lot more appealing.
Okay.
And that's where a lot of people did, like a lot of the top end players. I agree, because the further you go, the more like you said, like player epics or these flashbacks that you're getting free cards out of. The more you get out of those, I agree. But like even brought up in the chat, it's like the Andre Dawson is a 99 end level player.
Sure.
But he's also in one of the largest collection behind, or he's walled behind the Nationals, which has Strasburg, Harper. I think they're leveled well to how hard it was to get the live series players for him.
Okay.
It's like the Orioles, the Brooks Robinson's a little weird, but there really isn't like a Diamond Oriole flashback that's not Cal. So, but other than that, I think they're done well in terms of their OVR and their actual value to the game behind what they are. So like the Twins. The Twins team epic is leveled well because you knew the Twins weren't going to be that expensive. Or like the Padres, that Gold Gwynn is really good, but there are better right fielders. So but then you get, like you said, like the Nationals.
I think the team epics are good. I totally agree with that. I'm saying the division reward. So the Dawson is the end reward for the Nationals, sure, but who's the NL East? You get the Stanton, right? And where if you get the NL Central, I'll focus on them because that's one I know and love. Willie Stargell is the division reward for collecting everyone in the Central, and I don't think anyone's playing with that Willie Stargell in the outfield.
No.
So that's kind of what I wonder is were the division rewards, and specifically the AL, the NL, and the Ted Williams 99 is the entire Major League Baseball reward. I'm not seeing a lot of reason to go for it, I guess is what I'm saying.
I kind of agree. I'll say that 94 Ichiro as the AL West is really good.
Yes.
I know I know that the NL West, the Juan Marichal, a lot of people consider one of the best pitchers in the game. Once you get to it, the AL Central, the Kluber. The problem, Kluber has the same problem that Scherzer has. It's like it's a tough card to pitch with without having the right velo, or without having like high velo. But like the Adrian Gonzalez, first base is stacked, so that's the AL East is the Red Sox Gonzalez. I kind of agree with you, because even last year, remember last year, like the 97 Kemp was behind the NL West,
right?
And that was a beast card, an absolute beast card that no one got to. I don't know.
And it's funny I
agree.
With the AL East, you get the Adrian Gonzalez, but you already have the 93 Edwin Encarnacion. That's gonna
So there's things like that. I always, for me, I encourage younger players or newer players, like you don't need to complete divisions. Save your stubs, play with the teams and the guys you like, and then pick and choose. You can buy guys that you want that are just as good as the division rewards, I guess is what I'd say.
And for the most part, they're always going to get cheaper as the year goes on.
Yes.
Unless they become amazing, way better. But yeah, even Madden Ultimate Team has this problem every year because they do like, like Mutt Master, and it's like, hey, you get this 92 overall card, but if you don't finish that in the first month and a half, there's probably already going to be a new card at that position that's better than him, making that thing look like garbage.
Yeah.
So,
you know what you need, Mills, is you need Frank Robinson in the game. We all do. Switch hitter, Orioles.
I would die for a Frank Robinson or like a Boog Powell.
Or like a
what about a 96 Brady Anderson?
Ooh, that'd be good.
No, don't want it.
No.
No, because his defense would be trash.
True.
His defense actually wasn't bad. His arm wasn't great, but his defense was pretty damn good.
The sideburns are where it's at, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. If they could replicate that batting stance and follow through, I'd be all over that.
Can I get an impact veteran Albert Bell on the Orioles?
Oh yeah, please.
Please do.
Impact veteran.
He hit 297, 400, and 541. What was his slash line? Not bad for a 32-year-old with one hip.
I wouldn't mind.
Or no hips.
I mean, not that it's Orioles, but I mean, just thinking of Albert Bell. I wouldn't mind like a 94 Frank Thomas right now. It'd be pretty nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Weasel's guy right there, Thompson. Who's your one guy?
Telling you, that's the cover next year.
All the time. Who's your one guy you want more than anyone?
Delgado.
Mine's there. I just can't get him.
Delgado. 2003 Delgado. Or even
I like
2000.
how you have the year, like you got it down to a T.
Well, we talked about this. I think it was during the off season.
Yeah.
I think we had actually talked about cards that we wanted to have, and I stick with that same thing. Or I mean, like any Roy Halladay flashback. I would even take like a playoff Phillies flashback Roy Halladay.
Right.
That would actually probably be the best card because it had such a
This-
small sample size and perfect game in there.
This
Yeah.
doesn't sound crazy because he's not an Oriole, but I'd love to see a Mark McGuire.
I was literally trying to figure out which year is the one that you get from Mark McGuire.
Yeah,
It's got to be 90.
I think you go 96.
because you remember, or even a Sosa, like that year
Yeah.
where they went head to head with the home runs.
That's
Yeah.
the cover.
Yeah, 98.
No,
You get-
I don't think you can. I don't think you could put either one of them on the cover.
Yeah, I don't.
Honestly,
They
there's
I think you
there's
can
too
do
much
McGuire.
negativity behind it.
I think you can do McGuire because he's still in baseball. He's the hitting coach
Yeah.
somewhere.
And
I think there's too much. I think there's way too much behind that. Like you could advertise the fact that he's at the game. I don't think you could put McGuire on the cover, just
No?
because of
No.
how much he's gone through. There's no way. There's that would be like putting Bonds on the cover.
What do you
It's-
think? But what's the issue? Do you think? I don't think
The
gamers would care. I think they'd be
The
hyped.
steroids. No, I think the steroids because the cover guy. I don't think gamers give two craps about the cover guy.
Right,
I
right.
really don't.
And the thing is, you guys have to realize this is a Major League Baseball licensed product.
Right.
I don't think Major League Baseball would be
Well-
very happy with them putting Mark McGuire on the cover.
If
P-
are there
P-Rose
any
is coming.
are there any season rewards that have questionable past? So I mean, I don't
Also,
know.
I feel like if they put a McGuire card, it's probably an 89 rookie card. Just saying.
Yeah, but you're talking season rewards in the middle of a game in the game that they're not advertising on mass media. Griffey was advertised every time there's a cover guy. They're advertised in mass media, like all over the place. You know what? Red Sox has got a good one. I would the Pedro Martinez. I think could do it.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but I think there's too much. It's like, you know what? What happens if they sign A-Rod? You think he's going to be on a cover? No, it's not happening.
I don't know. He's kind of turned the whole thing around.
No, there's no
Everybody
way.
loves him
I don't
because-
care. I don't care how many supermodels or beyond their prime singers he dates.
No, his Fox thing.
Not gonna
People
I was
love
gonna say,
him.
isn't the Fox thing help him?
Yeah, I think like that's really been a real game changer. Going over doing all this Fox stuff.
I
He's
still
back.
think there's too much. McGuire's a batting coach and hasn't had to talk about steroids first. But the first thing that the casual public, when you talk baseball to the casual public, if you say Mark McGuire, the first
Oh, yeah.
thing that comes up is steroids.
Is the
Yeah.
greatest summer of my life, 1998, when
Also
Right.
that.
he was amazing.
Me too.
The answer is a 96. Mark McGuire is the one you want. Hit 52 home runs, hit 312,
yeah.
and also led the league in OBP slugging in on base.
I feel like they'd go with rookie McGuire when he hit 49 home
you know
runs.
what? Guess what? If
Well,
they'll give all
program.
5. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There'd be 8 McGuires. for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not holding back. They're like, we're just gonna do one McGuire. That's fine.
FSU, we're not talking about cover guys right now. We're talking about like who would we want in the game,
Yeah.
like just in general. I agree that after Griffey, you got to go back to a live series guy next year.
You get rookie,
Oh,
you get breakout. Or unless they do like an NBA / WWE thing where they have
Back to back.
they have the regular edition is a live guy and then the special edition is someone else. I could see them doing that too.
Right.
Like an Aaron
They're good
Judge
FC.
or Jeter thing.
A goat edition.
God, don't start talking to me.
It's cool. It's a decent.
Goat edition.
It's a decent name.
No, I like it. I like it, and most people call Tom Brady the goat, so it's like I get it. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm not opposed. I see it in the chat. Ricky Henderson is an interesting is an interesting suggestion as well. I think the game's overdue for a Ricky
I need
Henderson
a Rick
card.
Henderson card. Yeah. Bad.
See, the thing is I mean, when you consider, like, again, with the Griffey thing, and not to dwell on the whole cover thing, but Griffey is still a humongously marketable person. The backwards hat, the swing, the catch in center field at the Kingdome. He's still a very marketable legend. It was an easy decision, I'm sure, for them to partner with Ken Griffey Jr. to make him a focal point of this game. So when you have to consider like bringing in a legend in that kind of capacity, they have to be marketable. Mark McGuire is not marketable, I don't feel.
I agree.
Barry Bonds is not marketable in the sense that they need them to be. Mark McGuire is probably marketable if you're making an indie baseball game and you want to draw attention to yourself. Yeah, partner with Mark McGuire and put him on the cover. It'll probably do good things for you. But, in this scale, again, I agree. I think we're going to see a live series cover next year. I just think, we're going to go back to that. And if they put any legends on the cover in the future, they have to fit into that marketable kind of void, where they were relatively clean, relatively, nuisance free throughout their career and throughout their life.
Guys, Yankees 3771 in the chat said put Wally Backman on the cover. Obviously, that's ridiculous, but got me thinking, who is the cleanest player you can put on the cover? Answer, Tim Tebow. Book it. Tim Tebow on the cover next year.
He's got to make it to the Mets first.
Yeah.
Does he?
I've had a lot of fun here.
He has to make it to the
Yeah,
Mets.
no.
Mets are calling him
I've
up.
had a lot of fun, guys.
I do like Coop's suggestion of Kerry Wood. I'd rock that.
He's out.
Dude, I want you to think about this, all right? I want you to think about it being dark in a stadium, okay?
Wait, is
Like-
it Kerry Wood, Mark Pryor double cover? Because if that's what it is, I'm in 100%.
Oh,
I'm about to beat it. I'm about to beat it.
Okay.
There's a guy, just random guy at home plate. You hear the catcher's mitt snap, and you see dust fly off of it. This random guy looks down, shakes his head,
Chris
looks
Hoyles.
back at the mound. The throw goes back to the mound. The guy catches it, turns around. He's starting to put the glove with the ball in it, follows it up to his face, and the two eyes you see over the glove are Pedro
Bobby.
Martinez. No, Pedro Martinez looking in. That is your advertisement.
I thought
Of
for
just intensity.
I thought for sure you were going to end that with a Bobby Bonilla reference, so the Mets could try to recoup a few dollars. Make him put in a little bit of work.
My only thing is, when I think of eyes above the glove, I think Randy Johnson.
Yeah, that too.
But Dave Stewart comes to mind as well.
But Pedro did it too, and so I just thought. And Pedro's marketable in terms of.
Oh,
everybody knows who he is,
absolutely.
so.
I mean, the thing is, I think if you wait a year or two, I think you're going to see a Poppy legend version. I mean,
yeah.
I know he's, that's definitely going to happen as well.
Is Poppy the only cover athlete that they've had that's retired? I feel like that's
I'm sure they've had others.
Uh,
That's retired. You mean the year that he was on the cover?
no, I mean players that have been on the cover of MLB The Show that are now retired.
Well,
Chan-Ho
there are
Park.
other.
That's
Yeah,
the only one.
No, there's others.
No,
Joe Mauer's basically retired.
That's the point.
and he got back-to-back covers.
Puig might not make it another couple of years. I'm not so sure.
No, yeah, he's going back down south, I think.
No, everybody else is still here. Everybody else is still active. Ryan Howard called it quits, right? He
I
scored.
believe so. Yes.
He's
I
got a
think they
card.
made him call it quit.
Yeah. But other than that, everybody's still active. Is Wei and Chen still playing somewhere? Yeah, he was the cover. Wei and
He's
Chen.
still in Florida.
Guys, can we just talk about how Wei and Chen has been on the cover of MLB The Show since 13 in Taiwan every year with
Is
the
that some sort
Orioles.
of record?
Yes, it is by far. Yes, since you Chu had 3 or 4,
Nice.
maybe 3. What the hell were we talking about?
Dragging on. Move on.
Yeah. We're talking about Wei and Chen setting some sort of cover-related record.
I think we're talking about how Ted Williams was overrated in this game. Okay.
That too.
So while we were gone, we had 3 events. We had the Summer Showdown 1, which was what, AL pitching and NL hitting?
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody do good in that? Because I really didn't care.
Nope.
I got the Longoria.
Nice.
I didn't get the 12 win, but I got to the 40 win.
I assume Coop got both of them.
No, I don't do real well 12-0, but I did get Longoria.
Nice. I can't. That's too many games. In 40 games.
Yeah,
that's too many.
I wanted the Ellsbury for the new event. I'm like, I'm not doing it. It's too many games. Like, you get to 30 and you get tired. I don't care who you are. You're like, all right, I've got to grind this out.
Well, I went and I looked at my stats. I win, like I said, I said this on my stream, about 60% of the games, and that was brought up to me in San Diego. But So for me to get to 40 wins, I'd have to play 60 games approximately. And I got the Longoria. I got the Davis because there was no way I wasn't getting that Davis that weekend. And then I actually got the Ellsbury Saturday night? No, Sunday. Sunday. So I got it finished up because I started late. So
So
I got all three of them. It's worth it.
Way to go.
Nice. The Davis he speaks of is from the All-Star Summer Moonshot event, which was common pitchers against all hitters. Overall team limit of an 80.
I love that event, by the way. I just want to say I thought Moonshot was awesome.
I'm right there with you. I love that it was creative. I love that it was different. I love that it was only 3 days.
Yes,
Yeah,
I did.
the 3 days that I was on
great.
vacation, so it kind of sucked for me. But yeah, I thought that one was good. And then the last one they just finished up today, right? Was All-Star Summer Showdown 2, which was NL pitchers and AL hitters. Everybody seems to be loving that Jacoby Ellsbury. What was he, 97, 96?
I was watching Millennium use that That's the Ellsbury you were using earlier on stream, Millennium?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I don't think he was retired a single time in the period I was watching.
It was not.
No.
Pretty good.
He's no joke. I mean, even World Series players are going to put him in their team, even if he's on the bench.
Well, he was good last year too. So
Yeah, he's an amazing call.
Question. Kay Kajaran with a guess at the cover for next year. If he calls it quits, which I don't think he's actually going to do we get an Ichiro cover?
no.
Too good for a cover. I agree.
I mean, I'm not saying he's not too good, but I just don't think he's as marketable as he's marketable in a lot of other places. I don't think he's as marketable here as he is as other people would be.
Where would he be super marketable?
Japan,
What's a huge company from Japan?
Sony.
Do they make some sort of sports video game that maybe he would be perfect to
No.
be on the cover of?
No.
What baseball
what are you
game
talking
does Japan play more?
Oh.
Yeah,
there you
they
go.
only have the show because Konami doesn't make console games anymore.
Right.
But I would love
a 10-year-old wrestling game just came back out and got to the top 10 in Steam based on not only American but Japanese cult classic sales. I'm telling you right now, they'll still play Pro Akio.
First off,
Yeah.
I want to see Ichiro on that couch though. I just want him on that couch.
You know what? I would like it because they'd have room.
Oh, it'd be great.
They did get a bigger couch, I think, later in the season.
I just want to see the showdown next year where Millennium has to try to conduct an interview with Ichiro between games.
First off, Ichiro is
Thankfully, I didn't
very
have-
well spoken.
Thankfully, I didn't have to do that with any athletes this year.
Whoa. First off, these are esports. These are cyber athletes. So please check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself.
Somebody clip that and tweet it to Cougs and Clutch.
Yeah, not athletes.
Healy and Quad, please.
Wow.
Shade.
Throwing them under the bus.
Wow.
Right, go ahead.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know. What else do we want to talk about? I feel like that's like pretty much everything. We got the apology for coming at us. Talked about events.
Yeah.
Did I miss something?
there-
I feel like we
is
missed
What
there
about
been
the
any-
show? What about
the show showdown?
Yeah.
Yes,
Showdown.
I've heard of this. Snaggle J, tell me
What are
about
you
it.
guys talking about?
Snaggle J,
What are you
break it down
talking
for me.
So, I mean, I think it was this thing where they had these guys play this game against each other. And there was these guys who hosted
They didn't
it.
do a blog
and,
post.
one of them, they were both okay. But in all seriousness, I thought the whole thing was...
Can you break it down? Tell the people what it was. Jeez.
It was... Everyone knows. If everyone is here, I'm sure they're well aware of what the showdown was.
All right. That's what you
It was a 4-man, showdown to crown, I don't know, the king of MLB The Show, whatever the showdown winner. I don't want to talk about any of the negative stuff because there was a lot of negative stuff on social media about it. If you guys want to talk about it, go right ahead. But for me personally, I thought it was a great thing for them to do. I hope, and again, maybe Millennium has more insight on this than we do, but I hope it's the start of something, a little more frequent. I feel like it was, for their first time, it was very well done. They kept it simple. They kept it, to the point. They didn't try to be too flashy, too over the top, and I really liked that about it. I felt like both of the commentators did a fantastic job. You know, on what I'm sure was very limited time of actually being able to prepare together. But yeah, no, I thought it was really good. And like I said, I hope this is something that we're going to see more of in the future, and that it is going to get better and better and better, you know, as we see this in the future. We've talked a lot about, you know, MLB The Show and esports, and, you know, they were going to do some sort of entrance into it this year. And overall, I would definitely give it 2 thumbs up.
So now, normally I feel like in the past few years they had done like the devs versus people, right? Isn't that what the tournament they used to do was?
Yes.
And now they had people. Who was it? It was Clutch Silver, Cougs, Healy, and
Cougs, and
Quash
Tag
Quash
Gaming.
Tag Gaming. Yes, all good guys.
Yep.
Definitely go follow all those guys. I don't know. I'm trying to find if they have a post that has like everything, but
They do. On the actual MLB The Show account, they have the four competitors and the 2 announcers all lined up together. It's so it's Quash Tag Gaming. It is at Cougs46. It is at Clutch Silver, and it is at Healy6. Those are the Twitters. Those are also, I believe, those are also the Twitches. And then it was myself, and then Tyler Coe.
I'm sorry, who's that?
Myself, Mills Gaming TV.
I've heard of him.
And yeah, right. And at RT Co COE was Tyler Coe, who's actually way bigger than anything we should have than I had any business doing any commentary next to. He actually works for Rooster Teeth. So,
and you got us all shirts, right?
Yes, sure.
All right, thanks a lot.
I didn't even get one of those shirts, by the way.
job.
The Jumpman shirts, I didn't get one.
Well,
So
hey.
I'm not going to lie. Mills did send me some swag. It came in the mail today.
Swag. I like that.
through customs too, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Through customs and everything. I got it today. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
And congratulations to Healy on winning the show showdown.
It was mostly because I jumped in the chat and immediately typed in all caps, "I know him!" Like Will Ferrell in Elf.
Yeah, I checked in on the chat, you guys. The people that were there and the people that are normally in my stream or the Bullpen Banter stream, Snaggle stream, everybody's stream. I saw Coop in there. Like, I really appreciate the support you guys gave for that. That could have went a completely different way. And overall, the show streams in the last couple of weeks, since the one they did for explaining the server and the hitting engine and stuff, I think they've been very well done.
Yep.
In terms of the chat too, like the chat hasn't been anywhere near as, and I know a lot of people in the community hate this word, but hasn't been as toxic as they have been in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's just the people that are toxic giving up, or if that's people actually enjoying themselves finally with the game. But it was pretty cool.
The former. It's absolutely the former.
I don't know, because they're still on Twitter, so I don't know. And actually, you know what though, the fact that those streams have been moderated a little bit more, I think has something to do with it too.
It helps. Yeah, it helps.
That guy named Ed, because I banned everyone that said anything to the contrary. No, I just banned people with personal opinion or personal attacks. That guy named Ed, because you actually whispered to me the same thing. So hi, thanks, see ya.
I gotta say, for what it's worth, Mills, I don't know you. We don't know each other well at all. I don't lie to people.
Hey, what's going on, Coop?
Hey, Coop.
But you know what I mean? Like, we've never known each other. You did a great job, dude. You genuinely did. It's the first thing I said to Weasel because he wasn't able to watch it. And I said, Millennium really did a good job. He really did a really, really strong job. And I'm not just saying that because I'm here with you guys now. You should be proud of yourself. You did really good.
I'm so glad Coop jumped in there because I was only really saying that because I know him and I don't want to hurt feelings after the show. So thanks for that, Coop. Appreciate it. I knew you had my back there.
Guys, whatever you do, please make sure you send your PSN IDs and passwords to.
I was judging your wardrobe. We're gonna talk about that off the air. We'll get into that.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch and hang out in the chat with. For all that.
No, I was a big fan. Again, it was. I mean, do you guys think? And again, I would like to hear what Millennium thinks, without him divulging any insider info, obviously. Like, is this going to be a more common thing that we're going to see?
I can tell you that it did well across Twitch and Facebook Live.
Nice. Yeah, I really hope.
Hold on. Can I just say 1 second? That guy named Ed, I was commentating the freaking event, you idiot. How could I ban people?
I don't even think you were in you weren't even in chat.
I wasn't even. I was in there for seconds at a time. I was commentating the freaking event.
I don't even think they gave you the sword, which was kind of funny.
No, I have the sword.
Oh,
He does, yeah.
Yeah, hook me up with the sword, man. Do it. I might have the sword.
Yeah. So, okay, and again, so I hope it's something that they do more frequently, and I think they will. I mean, again, I did get the impression that it did very well. There seemed to be a genuine, good amount of people in the chat. But yeah, I hope it's something that they do more frequently. It's never going to be something I'm going to be a part of, but it is definitely something that I enjoy watching. And I would there are definitely more people that in the community that I would love to see, be part of this going forward.
Yeah, you want me to give it to you guys for selection? Here's you want to know what you can do to get selected? Sure. Go through your Twitter, search back through your Twitter from release until the tournament, and if you've made a personal attack at anybody in the community, delete it. If you've made a personal attack to any of the developers, delete it.
Hold on, search.twitter.
If you have cheated in the game, you ready for this? If you have cheated in the game, if you have boosted, if you have photoshopped anything, no offense to he knows what I'm talking about, but sorry.
Yeah.
If you've done anything of the sort that can be brought back to you and said, hey guys, you're doing something not in the spirit of the game, don't even ask. Yeah. I'm sorry. This is the way it's going to be with all esports. Every esports community now has a morale clause. Mm-hmm. That is including EA, 2K. They've all got it now. Yep. It means
Madden's come down hard with it too.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Madden definitely came out hard because you saw they were banning people for the tournament or what was it? Punishing them by taking away points and stuff, right?
And things that hurt them.
Or fining if they want something. They got fined if I believe Dubby got fined if they.
I believe he did. Yes.
So here's the thing, guys. Your social media better be spotless in terms of personal attacks. You can be critical to the game. No one has ever asked you. Clutch Silver has been critical to the game. Healy has been critical to the game. Quash, I know, has been critical to the game. Cougs, I don't get to see as much because he's on YouTube, and I don't see his Twitter as much. But you better keep it clean. It's a morale. That guy named Dead. It's not ridiculous. They do not want people in these tournaments. That Dubby was the reason. Dubby is a great guy. I have met Dubby. Okay, I in person, he was a great guy to me. That's what I'm going to base off of. But they went back 3 years and got a racist tweet off of him, and it was a thing. It was a big thing. If you go into a tournament like this and someone goes back on your Twitter and shows you cursing some guy out or shows you swinging just crap around the community, they're not going to take it anymore, guys. In any esport, if you get found out, you're done.
So, I mean, if the criteria was, be nice and positive, I mean, did my and TJ and Coop's invitation get lost in the mail? Or
the problem is me and Coop are always fighting on Twitter, so
so you guys screwed yourselves.
Screwed ourselves.
Yeah. And I mean I'm Canadian, so obviously SDS hates Canadians. I understand that.
I'm sure there's a whole can't give you money.
Yeah,
and the Queen.
I'm sure I'm not allowed in San Diego. There's some sort of old statute of George Washington 1847 something. I'm banned from that city or something. Sure.
Yeah, I'm not talking about being critical. I see that showing up in chat. Has nothing to do with being critical of the game. You are allowed to be critical of the game, but if you make attacks, if you've created an account to parody Ramon Russell, guess what, guys? They know who it is. Oh, they already know who they are.
Because I accidentally tweeted at MLB the Broken yesterday. Am I gone now? Damn it.
They're aware of who the accounts are. They have way more tools than we will ever know. They know who the duplicate accounts are. They know who Ramona Russell is.
Do they? I just saw that account yesterday. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, they 100% know who every one of them is. You guys aren't very good with hiding that. So guess what, guys? You're not. If you have done this in the past, number one, delete it. Number two, don't be surprised if you're not going because of it. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's either that or you suck at the game.
Also, could be that.
I I'm definitely gonna have a conversation with the Weasel after this.
I better be.
Yeah, exactly. The Weasel's Twitter account privileges have officially been revoked.
I'm just saying, if they ever do one of these with a home run derby, I think your boy's got to be there.
Holla at your boy.
Yeah, no, I'm not in.
No, that's apparently obvious.
That's good
Yeah,
information.
also-
though, for people
Also, and
out there who do.
and when Mills says,
No, go ahead, Coop.
Being-
Hold on.
Okay.
Finish that thought, Coop. Seriously.
Oh no, I said that's good information for anyone out there who is interested in going. It's a lot like you ever see the movie Empire Records?
great movie.
Follow me on this. There's a character in there, Ethan Embry, I believe, plays him, who he's always shoplifting because he really wants to be part of Empire Records. I think a lot of people are critical, or they try to be funny, and they actually want to be invited, but it's good information that you're putting out there. Like, they're not going to take it, and they probably shouldn't,
And
quite frankly.
that's for, and I'm going to reiterate this. I know we talk about with the show here, guys. Everyone knows that I have, like, information on certain places that I'm NDA'd against. The one thing I can tell you is, when it comes to esports, if you have something on you, they will find it, and you will not be invited.
Just remember the bone. Remember when America fell in love with Ken Bone, and 45
Yes.
seconds later we all hated him?
Oh my word!
Yeah.
That can be you, in a heartbeat.
So, just in general, the general rule of thumb is make sure you stay clean, make sure you stay courteous. Like, you can be critical, but
And
the second you start attacking other people, it's just going to go downhill.
And
Millennium-
don't be Canadian.
And Millennium keeps saying critical. That means you can be critical and say that there's a problem, but you can't just be like, yo, your game's broken as shit. That's not going to help. That's probably not going to help at all. But if you say, hey, this is a problem, here's some video evidence, you know what? That's actually critical and helpful. But
Well, and it goes back, to something I said on Twitter the other day about how, when we did the home run derby last week, it was nice to get 8, productive, relatively positive members of the community together to do something fun and not rail on the game.
relatively positive? Is that a shot directly at Coop? Wow, I see how it is.
What?
No, but no, but what I mean, listen, you and I, TJ. Oh my, what is that? I mean, we've had moments on this show where we've been, overly negative. It happens, but there's a difference between, like Millennium said, there is a difference between being negative, constructive, and negative attacking.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt it was a great chance for us to do something that was fun, and again, people that I enjoy listening to and I enjoy watching do things in the community, like Coop and Weasel and like Sporer and like Scum and those guys. Like, it's just like I feel as though the community is starting to come around.
Mhm.
And again, there is a difference between being negative attacking and negative in a constructive way.
Yeah, and that's the number one thing. I say it in the Bullpen Banter Discord all the time. That is the reason I love the Bullpen Banter community, is that, for the most part, 99.9% of people in the Bullpen Banter community understand that. And that's why I really love this group. And sometimes I'll be like, I will see one of these Twitter fights going on, and the first thing I will do is come to our Bullpen Banter Discord and be like, I love that you guys understand how to be upstanding human beings and have a normal conversation and not fight about it all day.
Until I come back into the Discord because I'm the one in the fight.
Well, it is usually you in the fight, but that's how it gets on my radar, usually.
I just made a 100 level diamond concede in the first inning, by the way.
Weasel said this the other day, and he was absolutely correct. Now, we've been very raw with our podcast at times. We've been very honest about some of our frustrations. But at the end of the day, he said this last week. He's like, I still want to play it every day.
Mm-hmm.
I still come back every day and play. Mm-hmm. And that sometimes is lost, even on the guys that are being relentlessly critical, which that's not a fun conversation anyway. But you're still playing it every day. And I do not buy the argument that it's like, well, it's the only major baseball game on a console. That's not. You wouldn't play it if you still weren't addicted to it in some way, right?
No.
And Super Mega Baseball is amazing.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, I very publicly quit playing this game online. Mm-hmm. I did a gigantic post, and I talked about it on this show. I talked about it on Press Row podcast. I've talked about it on Twitter many times. but I still play the game. I just enjoy it in a way that is more enjoyable to me, which was playing franchise and playing Road to the Show and playing offline. I still enjoyed the product. Again, I understand that doesn't work for everybody. Some people buy this game solely for Diamond Dynasty, and if the issues with Diamond Dynasty have ruined the experience for you, I can't help you. I feel like this is a fantastic baseball game offline, and if you don't want to enjoy it offline, that's your prerogative. But it's like I said many times, there's a difference between saying that this game is broken and that a mode within this game is broken. Major distinction that people need to make about this game.
Don't do it, TJ.
What?
Don't do it. When he said prerogative, you and I both said the same thing in our head. And just don't sing it.
Why don't you just let me? Sorry.
I'm going to take a hard pass on that.
I feel like it's a good idea.
Yeah, if you guys haven't, I highly recommend going to the Bullpen Banter Discord, chatting it up in there. We're there all the time. Now,
and one of the other
now
things I'll
Coop's in
say,
there because he's learned how to use.
Well, on top of what Coop said, I've as an avid listener of That Week in Emily the Show, by the way,
or this week, this week, that week, any week you want.
This week, that week, they're all okay. This week in Emily the Show. Listen, you know what? If you put a search into your podcast app and can't find that, then you shouldn't be here. But as an avid listener, what I will say about this is, you guys have been critical, but you've been critical in the right ways. Mm-hmm. Like people would be wise to listen to what you're doing, and the way you're constructive, and not use shifts like TJ does. Auto shifts. Anyway,
that's how you win.
Well, I
and
appreciate that.
Well, yeah, but I think that's very valuable to a lot of people. Like, if you don't know how to express yourself, find the people in the community that do. By the way, thanks for the host, Joe. Appreciate that, guys. Just heads up.
People. We've been playing PUBG way too much recently.
Yeah, like go to the people in the community that you know do. I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about Snaggle, but like Coop does it on Twitter all the time.
Apparently.
There are a bunch of different people. There are a bunch of different people that you see that are talked to. The 4 guys that were in the community tournament are all excellent examples.
Yeah.
Even Cardinal Bird 5. He retweets a lot of stuff, but when he gives feedback, it's actually very, very good feedback, and it's in a good way. So, like I said, it would be wise of everybody in the community to learn how to give feedback, because it's only going to make the game better. If we're doing it destructively, we already know what happens. So,
yeah, which makes perfect sense. It's one of those things, right? We live in an age where there's always going to be that other side of the coin. There's always going to be the detractors, the negatives, the trolls. They're always going to exist. That's the age we live in. I feel like it's my job and, the people who are on this show, and to do our best to drown them out by doing what we do, which is, providing constructive feedback and talking about this game in its positives and its negatives, but always doing it in a constructive, non-attacking, friendly way. The 4 guys that were on the show Showdown, I don't always agree with their positions and their feedback about the game. But, I respect them as content creators and as members of the community because, again, the way they handle their business, while I might not always agree with what they have to say, they handle themselves with respect and composure, and they're willing to listen to, people's feedback on social media. And that is, again, what we need more of. And in the last, I would say probably 2 to 3 weeks, I feel like that is starting to climb more and more, and the negative is starting to get drowned out a little more and more as the days go by.
Yeah, and can I just say, I mean, it's being the older man of the group, because I'm really old. It's also incredibly important. You were talking about the guys that were on the show Showdown and not always agreeing with them. But just because you don't agree with someone doesn't mean you don't respect where they're coming from
No.
or their opinion. You don't learn anything if you just cocoon yourself in a position of the same echo chamber. So I don't always agree with a lot of the guys, but I take value in what they say sometimes. So
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
mean, most
important.
days you have a hard time agreeing with your co-host. But
Wait, we're supposed to
Oh,
agree
no,
with
no,
our
Coop,
co-host?
I fully understand, Coop. I fully get it. Dude, please. I'm right there with you about not agreeing with your co-host. Snaggle and I normally see somewhat eye to eye, but I think it's pretty well publicly known that TJ and I actually hate each other.
We'll be standing nose to nose, but we'll be miles apart. Nobody remembers
No,
that?
my
That was
co-host.
great.
I love the Weasel. Shout out to the Weasel. He's turned it around. He doesn't do Weasel tactics anymore. It's quite impressive.
I feel like you don't appreciate Nate enough, though. That's my only. That's what I just want to say. I just want to say that.
I kind of feel like, going back to the beginning of the show where we laid down this open challenge, I kind of feel like if I win, I should get to take his spot for
Wow.
an episode, and I mean vice versa. I mean, we have to be playing for some stakes, right?
I mean, we'll take Weez, even if you win.
Wait a second, hold on. Wait a second. Hold on, whoa.
And I've been
What you're
cut.
saying, Snaggle, is if you lose, Coop comes here?
No,
No,
the
Weasel.
The Weasel.
The Weasel comes here?
Yeah.
The Weasel. The Weasel. Is
Me and the
playing
Weasel have the same
Snaggle.
pack luck, so
It's a battle of the. It's a battle
All
of
right.
the side piece, if you will.
So if the side pieces, man, Coop, you and I
I
are right
said-
there, dude. You and I are right there. We're in the same wavelength. So hold on. So
said
if
side
Weasel
chick.
wins,
Wow.
Snaggle is gone and Weasel's here for a week.
That's nice.
That's-
I'm in for
what
this.
I-
I'm
that's-
100% in for this.
That's what I just proposed.
Weasel.
Can I
What do you
pick-
think?
Can I pick Snaggle's team?
Are you trying to get rid of me, Mills?
Only
That's
if I
what you're
could pick Weasel's.
Listen, Snaggle, one at a time here. If I can get rid of you, it's one step closer where I am to getting rid of TJ.
okay.
So we're all good here.
Well, we can. At some point, TJ's gonna have to step up against me. But every time I talk, he's like, "I can't do that. Maybe we can figure that out."
Hey,
He's
man,
a little
I was
intimidated
ready
by
to
the
play
skills.
tonight, and then you were like, I got other podcasts I got to record and stuff. I don't know if we can play.
You had some weird parameters. I was like, "What? There's guys
Well, yeah,
with last names that
I'm-
start with B."
I'm trying to
Yeah,
help you out by giving you some like weird things, so you can be like, well, I only lost because.
No.
I'm trying to give you the McGregor out. Be like, oh, I only could use my arms, not my legs. I couldn't take him down.
Nate, I want to speak to Millennial Nate here for a second. Nate.
Oh no.
Millennium
I don't
versus the
allow-
millennial. Let's go.
No,
Make it happen.
No,
No,
Nate,
no,
Nate, it's not what this is about.
The
It's not what
thriller
this is
in
about.
2030, we call it.
Nate, how does it feel to be above all this, like me?
Oh wow.
Like Nate, you and I.
Says
like,
the guy.
it's-
Wait. Says the guy who flew all the way out there in a poorly tailored, 3 sizes too big suit.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Before you say that, it was
Wait.
not poorly tailored. It was perfectly tailored.
Hold on.
The problem was,
Wait,
I
can
was
we-
sitting on a chair.
Guys,
It was,
guys, please.
what is that?
I don't know. Definitely fans.
Why are you doing that off stream? You could literally have a sound clip on
kid
your
just
computer.
dropped a
that would play the
bomb.
Discord.
Wait, is that a yak back?
This is sound bites.
Okay.
I don't know. My grandma
Never
got it.
do
Thought
that
it'd be
again.
funny.
Anyway,
So anyway, about my suit. Hold on.
It's got
So-
drama.
First of all,
I'm
my
just
suit,
ragging
my
on
suit was perfectly tailored. The problem was I was sitting on the edge of a chair,
Mm-hmm.
okay, hunched over because I couldn't sit back because I would have fallen backwards because you couldn't sit back on the chair. The chair sank. So I would have looked like I was like 4'8" next to, I would have looked like TJ next to Tyler Coe, and that wasn't happening. So what's happening here is I had to hunch over and the entire suit bunched with me. All right, I don't want to hear anything. If you notice when I'm standing up at the end behind Healy, the suit looks magnificent.
Oh yeah, I was long gone to bed by then.
I know.
But
Bed.
to be fair, it was. I've seen comments and tweets about it, so I'm glad you were able to clear up the
Comments and tweets about what?
The suit gate.
I want to see these tweets about these suits.
I'll see if I can find them.
You find them for me, and then
deleted
you know
them
what's
off
going to
my
happen?
timeline.
I'm going to do the same thing that Nate does. I'm going to ignore the two of you,
I mean,
and Nate and I are just going to be better.
can we
Be
be
better.
serious? Like a professional, I kept it to our own private Discord server where I made my jokes. I didn't take them out to the public.
Huh. No wonder I didn't see him.
I'm not a jerk. I keep it quiet. Guys,
Good times.
It's getting a little late here. I know it's already tomorrow in some people's time zones.
No, it's still only 11:59,
All right, well,
and I'm in the middle of a game anyway.
my guys all just stopped running for some reason. I'm not saying it's the game's fault, just saying they stopped running. Yeah. So let me thank you, Snaggle J, for joining us tonight.
Appreciate it.
We can hang out for a couple more minutes if you really want. Mills Gaming TV. Thank you very much for making me change all the Strolly things, and now I have to change everything in the YouTube descriptions.
Unfortunately, it was a necessity. So
Much
sorry for that.
appreciated.
Talk about Millennial Nate. Millennial Nate. You and me, buddy. You and me, buddy. Rise above hate.
Rise above hate with Millennial Nate. I love it.
Right. Wait.
That's a hashtag right there.
So when they play, Millennium's hashtag will be Rise Above Nate.
Yes. Oh my God. Let's go. Let's go.
Of course, I'm setting this up for when Nate and I finally have. We're the tag.
Oh yeah.
Tag team right now.
And you know what it is? Listen, there's only two things we're concerned about on this show: views and clickbait.
Millennials. Views and clickbait.
Clickbait with Nate.
I like it.
I
like it a lot. Coop, thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate you guys having me on. It was a lot of fun. It really was.
If I'm not mistaken, a new episode of This Week in MLB The Show dropped.
It did. Absolutely. We talk about roster reflections, market updates, and I interviewed Healy about that Gary Sanchez suicide squeeze play.
Nice. I think we had Healy on a Bullpen Banter episode. We'll have to pull the archive up of that. We'll get him. We'll have to get him on for next week or something. Chat with him. He can. You know what? We can have Healy on. He can give us the real scoop on Mills's suit. The suit scoop. It's gonna be great.
Suit.
The suit scoop riot. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm gonna hang out and finish out this BR game, which I'll probably lose. So I think I'm winning. So that's good. But yeah, if you guys want to go, that's more than that's all good with me. But yes, I agree with everybody. I do appreciate that the community has started to turn it around and realize that there are things that people can't say. You know, myself as a community manager for a sports video game, guys, go check out the Park Baseball 18. You missed the sale. I don't know how you missed it. But yeah, as Ramon said, there's some stuff that they want to say, but they can't say, even though they really, really want to say it. But yeah, sometimes it's not the easiest of jobs when there's problems going on. So I appreciate when you are nice to those people. Yeah. Anything else, guys? No? Yes? Maybe? You all left me.
How many of those? Wait a minute. One last thing. How many of those nuggets did Mills eat?
They're all gone.
Yeah, we want to report.
They're done. Are you kidding me?
Question. Wait,
Dude,
I have a better question. Did they make it in the house?
Say what?
Did they make it in the house? I eat them in
the house.
I eat them in the car before I
didn't
go.
pull that. I didn't pull that. There's a podcast I listen to that I won't name because it's not a sports podcast, but it's very funny, with a bunch of guys that are here or near me in Virginia. I'll name it the Big O and Dukes podcast. It's called the Fukerton, where you buy an extra meal and eat it in the parking lot before you take it home. I do that all the time. I did not do that this time because I was rushing home, but I can tell you for sure the bacon queso chicken sandwich is done. The bacon queso fries are done. All 20 nuggets are done, and the soda is half done.
Let me ask you a question. You
And
did
now
mention,
he's getting ready to load up some PUBG solos.
Possibly.
You did mention the dipping of the French fries in the Frosty.
Yes.
Have you balled out and dipped the nugget in?
No. Because
Listen.
the regular no, the regular nuggets, not spicy nuggets. Spicy nuggets and the Frosty are the move.
I'm sorry.
Not
Have these spicy nuggets been taken off the menu where you are?
No, I just did not get them because
I'm coming over.
I was
I'm
already
coming
waiting
right
for
now.
20 minutes.
Clean out the coach.
They've taken the spicy nugs off my menu, and TJ is not a happy sailor.
Oh no, they're definitely still here.
Ugh, I'm very upset right now. Yeah, thank you guys. Really appreciate you coming on.
Anytime.
At SnaggleJ on Twitter, at Mills Gaming TV, at TWI MLB The Show. You can follow me at That Sports Gamer, and I'm gonna hopefully get this out and end this game right here. What do you think? Fastball up and in, because nobody can hit it, right? Brad Boxberger, end that game. Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you guys for coming out. Everybody in the chat, really appreciate it. Everybody with the hosts, much appreciated. If you haven't already, please hit that follow button for the next time we go live. Yeah, thank you guys, and it's now time for you to get out of the bullpen and get into the game. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you again next week. Take it easy, folks.
Good, solid effort.